Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. Today is a big day. It's Mega Knight Challenge Day. I am so excited for Mega Knight. I think he is going to be Meta Knight. I think he's going to be incredibly OP. The more I play him on the developer build, the more I think he's more and more powerful. I think that this guy is going to be very difficult to counter. He's an absolute beast. I'm going to be playing against my fellow comrade and YouTuber Eclipse, who can't even spell his name right. He's also a clickbaiter, but with all that said, he is actually one of the most entertaining YouTubers out there for my money. So make sure you check him out and leave a little hashtag #AshArmy in his comments. I'm going to be playing him throughout this challenge. He's actually a decent player too, despite what he says about himself. And I'm going to be highlighting the 2 decks that I think are going to be most dominant. Actually, 3 decks. The deck that I'm going to lead off with, guys, is going to be my go-to 12-win, fingers crossed, 12-win Mega Knight Challenge deck. So we're on the dev build right now, so it's not in game at the time of this recording, but it should be here, I think, in about 8 hours from the time of this, me actually speaking to you guys. So just a heads up, we will be at like 12 wins, but you can automatically in the dev build just go ahead and change your wins. So it's not like, I'm not saying this is definitively a 12-win deck, but this will be my go-to 12-win deck. So I absolutely love it. I am experimenting a little bit on purpose in these videos. We actually did a lot of matches against each other, Eclipse and I. I've selected a few of them. I've selected a loss as well to show you what went wrong with the Mega Knight specifically. But this by far, guys, I'm leading off with the most important stuff for you guys. This was my favorite deck, especially for the challenge. I think that Mega Knight and Bandit in the same deck, let alone Mega Knight, Bandit, and HOG, is going to be the most powerful combination in all of Clash Royale. I'm putting a flag in that. It's probably not that bold of a statement because Bandit is already super strong after her buff 2 updates ago, or 2 balance updates ago, and now you put her with a tried and true, really solid win condition, the Hog Rider. Then you stick Mega Knight in there, and it just becomes unreal for your opponent to counter. The synergy between the Bandit and the Mega Knight is incredible. It really is. You have the splash damage and the leap effect of the Mega Knight. Now, the Mega Knight and the Bandit have one important difference. Well, a few important differences, right? But one, they have a similar mechanic where they can essentially dash/leap to their opponent directly, kind of traveling a large area across the arena. However, the Mega Knight cannot be distracted when he's in jump. Like the Bandit, for example, if you place down that Ice Golem last second, it will distract the Bandit's charge ability, right? Or dash ability. The Mega Knight, however, when you put him down, if he goes into that leap, there is no distracting him. He will hit his original target, and that makes him even more difficult to counter. When he enters, check out this, by the way, guys. Check this out. It's Bandit, Mega Knight on a tower. Forget it. There's nothing that you can use to stop that combination once it hits your tower. Forget it. Your tower is down. Meanwhile, I keep chipping the opposite lane with my Hog, and I have minions and bats in this deck. That's why I said I like this deck the most, especially for the challenge. Bats are already on the rise. By the way, this is the dev build with the old version of the bats. They're not getting nerfed again. Don't worry, guys. This is such a powerful deck because of having the bats and the minions, 2 good air targeting units to stop the Mega Knight. The Mega Knight can be countered. However, he's just a pain in the you-know-what to deal with. I found that the best cards to counter the Mega Knight are cards that you're going to want to consider including in the deck that you bring to this challenge are definitely Ice Golem, because Ice Golem can eat up a lot of his damage. He doesn't put out a ton of damage, and he has a decent amount of HP, so it can buy you a lot of time. So I think the Ice Golem use rates are going to be on the rise. Also, minions, Minion Horde, Mega Minion, and Bats. All of those cards are going to be perfect against the Mega Knight. The Inferno Dragon is also good against the Mega Knight, but I found that because the Mega Knight has the leap ability, during playtesting, the Inferno Dragon surprisingly isn't as effective as one might think, because he moves around so bloody fast that sometimes he moves out of the Inferno Dragon's range, And opponents, a clever opponent, will just combo bats right with the Mega Knight as he gets over the arena, as he gets over the bridge, to be ready for that Inferno Dragon or minions. Basically, comboing any small air unit, minions or bats, with the Mega Knight is another lethal combination here. So this is the deck. It's essentially the Pekka Lightning deck. I shared this deck in yesterday's video about the Mega Knight. It's the Pekka Lightning HOG deck, just with the Mega Knight subbed in. I like this version a little bit less with the Goblins, because I think that minions are actually better to pair along with the bats in this deck, especially for this challenge. I would recommend using this deck if you've unlocked the Mega Knight. Look at the Mega Knight. He is so incredible. Man, I can't tell you guys how much I think that he is going to be a game changer. You know, is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? You know, if I was the developer, this is what I would suggest at this point. And I will give this feedback. I'm not saying they'll listen. I mean, they will listen. I'm not saying they'll do it, but I will give this feedback is I don't know if his jump ability and his enter the arena ability should both do 480 tournament level standard damage. 480 damage. It's like a bloody fireball that's going into the arena every time he jumps. That's incredible. An AoE radius, a fireball effect every time this guy jumps. That's insane amount of value for 7 elixir on top of all his other abilities. He's pretty difficult to kite unless when you have that ice golem. Also, another good counter is obviously the Pekka. The Pekka is the hard counter to Mega Knight. Having the Pekka so prevalent inside the meta right now is the only thing that keeps me thinking that the Mega Knight might be able to be kept in check in the overall meta. But one thing I am sure of is we'll probably be seeing even more Pekka to counter the Mega Knight. By the way, once the Mega Knight goes live in-game, I actually met up in real life with Octay from Nova, and he's going to allow me, I should say, to record like 1 billion super magical chest openings so we can max out the Mega Knight. We're going to see how much it actually costs, and I'll also like kind of share some strategy information in the background. I want it to be a fun but also relevant video, so stay tuned and be on the lookout for that. So I use a defensive lightning here. Remember that I don't even know what to say about this guy. So what I would do is I would reduce, I can't believe I'm having a nerf conversation before he's even released, but if it was me, I would reduce his jump damage. It's okay, I think, to maybe, if you want to, leave his enter the arena damage at 480, but if it was me, I'd probably reduce both his jump and his enter the arena damage, enough that it will kill goblins, say maybe 250 damage or so, but not so much that he's almost one-shotting an E-Wiz or a Musketeer or whatever, any of those mid-level HP units, when he does every single leap in an area effect. That's incredibly strong. It makes defense very difficult. All right, guys, so we're going to move on to replay number 3 and 4, if I can count, and this is a Surgical Goblin's deck that he submitted yesterday. You guys know Surgical Goblin. He is a YouTuber. His YouTube channel has grown like crazy lately. This guy is incredible. Not only is he the best player, but he's also on pace to be one of the biggest YouTubers in Clash Royale. So huge congratulations to him. This is the deck that he shared with me yesterday on Twitter. I brought it to you guys yesterday along with the HOG deck, and this is a minor poison with Mega Knight. This is the deck that Surgical says he is going to be using for the challenge himself. So here we go. The enter the arena damage, absolutely incredible on the Mega Knight. Here I decide to poison. Didn't even need to, really, I guess. The Mega Knight not taking too much chip damage, although was distracted for a second by that Dark Goblin. Check this out. Boom! He actually hits that opposite tower. He's difficult to kite because, like the Bandit, he can just move so quickly. So now I'm going to redirect my attention to the left tower here for the rest of this battle, since he did more on that one leap ability than the poison did on the right tower. So at this point, I'm just going to wait for Eclipse to make a move. Your move, sir! And he plays an E-Wiz in the back here. I'm going to mirror it with a Mega Minion, and then I'm going to have my Ice Golem here queued up to distract it. Meanwhile, Meanwhile, I go into the left tower with a miner of my own. He does an aggressive miner poison on my right tower there. I think it's probably what cost him the match if I had to pinpoint it, because doing the miner poison combo when he knows I don't really have any small HP cards in my deck early on is what sometimes can cost you in a miner poison deck. Being too aggressive with the miner poison, it allowed my bandit to actually make contact with that left tower. However, that said, he's going to kick my butt in the next replay. So here we go. I'm going to send in the miner solo here, just trying to get some chip damage. I will hover, or I thought I was going to hover my zap spell. Turns out I don't need it. Instead, I'm going to actually opt to use the poison here against the Ewiz. I think I have a small elixir advantage, and I'm going to lean heavily again on the Ice Golem. I can't stress this enough, guys. Use the Ice Golem, man. He is really decent against the Mega Knight. I'm gonna be forced to have to use my Bandit as well here just to distract him a bit more. Luckily, the Mega Knight doesn't get to the tower, but man, he is dangerous. Every time you see him coming down the lane, it's like, oh crap, I need to do something big time. Even the Inferno Tower doesn't work too well against him. As long as he has something with him on the push, he's easily able to leap over to the Inferno Tower, do a lot of damage. Just needs a little bit of help, either a zap spell or a bat or something like that to take it down. So here I get a nice value poison, taking out the end of that Mega Knight as well as the Ewiz. Gonna use the Ice Golem as a blocker here. Gonna use zap up at the top of the poison radius, and then it looks like all I need is a poison and a zap myself. A little bit of a troll here with the Mega Knight at the bridge. The interesting thing about the Mega Knight too is where you're playing him, right? He's not like a typical tank where you're gonna play the tank always behind the tower unless it's, you know, a specific situation towards the end of the match. Mega Knight is different. Mega Knight, you can get that fireball enter the arena value out of him basically wherever you place him. So if you see the opponent coming in with, say, I don't know, a HOG and Goblins, hey, just like the Ewiz, it would behoove you as a defender to put him down, boom, right there. HOG, not the best example, because obviously the Mega Knight doesn't do a ton of damage, but hey, it's a fireball on the HOG anyway with the enter the arena damage, and then you have the tower, then you have the Mega Knight, and then you have the counter attack. So it has to be answered in the opposite lane. It can really change the pace of the game. So let's look to see where I went wrong here in this match. So, I mean, things start out relatively uneventful here. Mega Minion, Mega Minion. Here's Mega Knight. Mega Knight, uh-oh. He comes at me here. I have a Mega Knight of my own. I'm going to play it mistakenly, I guess mistake number one of many, right on top of his Mega Knight. Now, one thing to keep in mind here, guys. Oh, that was just an unfortunate situation there. One thing to keep in mind, guys, is you want to, at all costs, kind of like the Pekka versus Pekka, you really want to use the Mega Knight versus Mega Knight on your side of the arena. Very important. I'm actually going to release a video later today sharing just a bunch of quick tips to countering Mega Knight, and that's going to be one of them. You want to make sure you face him on your side of the arena. That way you can have the tower to help you out, just as you would Pekka versus Pekka. So here comes Miner into the left tower again, trying to get some chip damage here. I'm going to send in bats just because I saw that he used his Ice Spirit. That's a good bat counter. Of course, the bats are only the 4 bat. The 4 elixir cost bats, guys. Again, don't panic. That's not an upcoming change. That is just an old dev build that has not been updated except for the Mega Knight. So here comes Mega Knight and Mega Minion, a good combo, by the way, at the bridge if you use him defensively. I'm going to zap to buy myself a little bit more time here using my Mega Minion to tank, and I'll take out his Mega Minion. So where the heck do things go wrong here for me? I think I don't know. I forgot where things went wrong. It's been like a half an hour and I'm an old man. My memory doesn't go that far back. So here I'm just going to play an Ice Golem in the back, I think. Really nothing else to do. I'm afraid to play him too much in the back because I'm afraid that Eclipse will drop a Mega Knight on me. So here comes the Miner. I have poison ready again, hovering, but don't need it. He's going to come at me in the right lane. So I used the Mega Knight in kind of an awkward situation here, and this is where I get a little bit surprised. Here comes the Graveyard. So he's playing a Mega Knight Graveyard deck. Interesting deck choice here by Eclipse. And meanwhile, that Ewiz is doing a little bit of damage, just slowly but surely chipping away at my Mega Knight. And Mega Knight actually goes down. So I have to cycle all the way to bats here. Meanwhile, he gets a lot of damage on my right tower there. Well played, sir. Well played. At this point, I know I have to be a little bit more aggressive. So I'm going to send in Mega Knight at the bridge. And I guess that's where my main mistake was. I probably probably should not have done that. He's able to counter me with a Mega Minion, Mega Knight, Mega Minion, and an E-Wiz there. However, I do actually get him eventually to that tower, but look at that, guys. I made a big noob mistake. I left myself with not enough elixir to defend on the other side. He's going to use his Mega Knight to combine with that graveyard, take down my right tower. So guys, can't win them all, but I will be using that first HOG deck that I showed you today in the challenge. Wishing you all the very best. Huge shout out to my YouTube partner, Bren Chong. Check out his information along with the clips in the description below. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys.